make this kind of quick. So I'm gonna go all the way back to February 23rd. I took a nap that day, ended up staying up all night. I was on Xbox with some friends. And I had a dream. I'm talking about up to like 5 in the morning. And I had a dream about this park I go to. And I went to bed at 5 a.m., maybe like 5:40 a.m. Woke up at 7:30 having a dream about that park. And so I wake up and I go to the park. I ended up having deja vu of the exact spot, the exact lighting, the exact everything of the dream I just had. And it was crazy because at this park, I got a lake. I walk around the lake. I'm looking at the soil. I'm literally watching the soil like shift and move. And like, I'm just getting downloads like, you know, we are one. Everything is the same. Like, you are the soil, you are the trees, you are everything, right? And so after a while, after I'm watching the soil and stuff move, I literally watch the pyramid beings. And shout out to Natalie. I'm gonna tell you why later, but shout out to Natalie. She helped me figure out something. So I'm following this path around the lake, through the woods. I ended up going to like in the middle of the forest, kind of, right? And there was like 5 trees in a circle. And literally on the circle, like in the circle of trees, there was 2 branches that fell like an X, like this way and that way over each other. And I'm looking and it's just like, oh, okay, you want me to sit down? So I sit down. And when I sit down, there's this branch, and it's kind of like on a train, right? When you pull the train string down and it does the horn. So I grabbed the branch, literally, y'all. And like, while I'm just sitting there, it's kind of like I'm on a merry-go-round. Like, literally, it's like it's the illusion of me moving, but it's like side to side. And I'm like, and as I'm looking, I see like the pyramid beings literally lift up the soil, lift up the grass, and show me how like nature and stuff is always at work to provide what we need to survive here. And I'm just like, it's so hard to describe without you experiencing it. I'm just in awe at this point, like, and it's just like, it's all love, like literally, it's just all love. So like, after I'm done holding this one, there's another branch that was to my right. I grabbed that, and like literally, it was like I was going up like an escalator. Like literally, I was moving like this, or it felt like it. I'm like, and this is all like with these beings showing me how like everything is always working, bro. Everything is always working all the time, 24/7, nonstop, like out of love. Like, oh, it was crazy. Now, this is where things changed. So as I'm looking out at the beings and the whole show that's literally going on for me, I know whenever these things are happening, I have to like be still and just watch, right? I wanted to move. I wanted to look forward instead of looking to the right at what was happening. And so I look ahead and things start moving again, right? This was weird. It was deja vu of the deja vu. Like, it was so odd. It was so crazy. So as I'm looking here, I think to myself, like, yeah, things look cool like this straight ahead, but it always looked better from the side. And when I did that, I seen my ancient Egyptian, like Pharaoh self, look to the side with me. We both smiled like that. And it was like I caught the deja vu before the deja vu. Oh my God, y'all. Literally, I'm talking about, I look to my right and I see my ancient Egyptian self in nature saying and thinking the exact same thing. It's like both our timelines crossed at that exact moment. It was surreal. So man, it was a lot. It was crazy. So like in the part of the forest, you know, it's trees and stuff. It was kind of chilly. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get up now, like appreciate the show, nature, me, myself, whatever. I'm gonna go and be in the sun now. So I go around the forest and I go and I meditate in the sun. And like as I'm meditating, I was receiving so much. Like I was literally seeing myself in ancient Egyptian pharaoh clothes. Like I don't even like snakes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't deal with snakes and alligators, none of that, right? But I was seeing myself literally with like pythons on my shoulders, like from fingertip to fingertip, like snakes all on me. Me hanging in the water with like hippos and alligators and elephants and stuff. And like I'm getting all these downloads that like the animals and stuff know who I am, but I have forgotten who I am. Like they follow my lead, they follow my command. Like there's nothing in nature that will ever harm you. It's the illusion of fear. Animals hurt you because you're afraid of them. They attack you out of fear, nothing else. Like, and it's weird because it's like, I don't know if this goes for everyone, but I know specifically for me, like, I've never had an animal attack. I've never had anything like that. And it's like, I'm seeing now how connected we are, that even though I don't like snakes, even though, you know, especially like, you know what I'm saying, I'm not getting in the water with no hippos or alligators or none of that, but seeing the visual, seeing my Egyptian self, my godly self, like, it was a lot. And just receiving the information of the animals knowing who I am, but I don't know who I am. Like, I don't know who I am. And that's just like, for most people, like black people in general, we don't know who we are. There was an instance years ago, I went to the eye doctor and they literally told me something was wrong with my left eye, that it was like life-threatening, like I could go blind in it or worse, right? During this day, during those downloads, I seen all the trees and plants pointing to the sun, and I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, Love Fest, y'all love me, like I get it. And they're like, no, look at the sun. Like, and so I look at the sun with my left eye, the one that's, you know, in danger of me going blind or whatnot, right? It was literally like the sun, somebody was doing this, like trying to angle the sunlight right into my pupil, right? For about 4 years, I would get this random sharp pain in the back of my eye, and the doctor told me, like, yeah, there's something wrong with the back of your eye, you need to, like, you know what I'm saying, address that ASAP. And I never did, but I literally would feel a sharp pain ever so often in the back of my eye. So as I'm watching the sun, like, be tilted or whatever, I'm looking at it with one eye until it hits me directly in my pupil, y'all. It was like, kind of like a needle hit me right in my left eye. That was 2 weeks ago. I have felt no pain since then. No sharp pain, no random stick, no random nothing. Like, and it was just like, thank you, bro. Like, you just healed yourself. The sun heals us, bro. Be in the sun more, like. And then there was a moment. This is why, like, man, I've been to myself lately, because on that day, it was the 24th. I celebrate the 24th every day. It's like my football number. I love the number 24, right? Or I celebrate the, you know, the 24th of every month. It's just like a special day where I'll go out or hang out with friends or be to myself, whatever. I just acknowledge that day every month. And on this 2-4 day, that's what I call it, I literally was connected. I could see the connection. And like I said, thank you, Natalie, because you put a comment on my other videos thinking like maybe that's the pyramid people are my future self, like in a feedback loop. That's exactly who it is. It is literally my higher self in a form showing me like I'm completely connected to everything, right? And it finally hit me when I seen like my godly self, my Egyptian self. It's like, yes, bro, this is all me. This is all you. Nothing's ever going to harm you. Like, you have the ultimate protection, right? And I seen all of nature telling me to keep looking at the sun, and as I'm looking at it, I'm getting all these downloads and stuff, right? And then all I seen was water, the river. I opened my eyes like, I don't feel like getting in the river, right? And then I'm looking at nature, everything is still. Look at the sun. I'm like, okay. I go back, I'm looking at the sun. It gets right back to water. Get in the river, get in the water, right? At this point, like I said, I barely slept the night before. And I was just like, I'm not getting in the river today. I'm not doing it. Like, the park was packed. I had on, you know, nice joggers. Like, I was like, I'm not getting in the river today. This went on for like 10 minutes, y'all. I kid y'all not. I had my shoes and socks off because I was grounding. And I was trying to put my socks on so I could go home. I was like, I'm going home. No matter what I did, no matter how many times I took off my socks, because they were inside out when I took them off, right? They stayed inside out, y'all. No matter what I did, my socks stayed inside out. I'm like, okay, screw it. I'll walk back to my car with no socks. It was the most, I'm talking about, it was shameful, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It was shameful, bro. I'm talking about every animal. I'm talking about squirrels, birds, whatever. Every single animal you could think of that was in the forest at that time kept getting in my way, literally walking in front of me and stopping. And I'm just like, I'm not going to the river. Like, there was people riding their bikes, and there was a guy, like, you know, I was on the trail, and he was like, angle left, and the river was to my left. And I just seen the trail go like this. Like, literally, I just seen the forest shift. Like, go left, go left, go left. And I'm like, nope, I'm not going to this river. I eventually, like, try to get back to, you know, the parking lot where my car is. And there's a whole bunch of people, because I usually, you know, it was on a Saturday, and I don't usually go to the park on a Saturday, and it was packed. And, like, the way the path was, it was like a crowd of people blocking everything off. And I'm like, bro, dude, I'm not going in the river. I don't care. I'm not in the mood. I'm fatigued. Like, I'm appreciative of everything that I figured out today, I learned today, but I'm not going. And dang, bruh. Even I left the crowd of people. I went backwards, like towards back where I was when I was meditating, and I tried to cut through the forest that way. But they had a whole fence where, like, where the soccer fields and the forest meet. So I'm like, okay. So I literally had to walk like 20 minutes past my car and go around just to get back to my car. And like on the 24th, right? It was weird. It was my body, but like my higher self was speaking through me, like, you celebrated the 24th most of your life. Like, it was a good day. It was a good time every month, right? When in actuality, you remember this day from your past life, because this is the day that you let yourself down. This is the day that you let everyone down, and like, you'll never forget that. And I always have this saying where, like, that's my one. Like, if I screw up on something, if I make a mistake, I'm gonna make one mistake, and then that's it. Like, I'm gonna get it right. And even on the way back to the car, it was the 24th, that's my number, I seen like at least 4 or 5 kids wearing little soccer jerseys, and they all had on the number 24. And I'm just like, oh my God. It was just like, it was horrible, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I only live maybe 10 minutes from the park. That drive home felt like 40. I mean, every red light felt like an eternity. Like, I had never felt like I let myself down in a way like that before. That was just like, it was a lot. It was a lot. I felt like I literally let the world down. Like, and when you let yourself down, or at least me, I really do, I understand I am the world. I am the universe. So I really felt down about not getting in the river, even though it was like I said, I was just fatigued and really just not in the mood. And yeah, I lived with that for like a couple days. I was down. I was just on myself. Like, And like I said, it was kind of like my future self was on me, and I don't know, it was like destiny in a sense. Like I needed it. I needed that moment. Like, you did let yourself down. You let everyone down before, but you always get back up. Like, just the next couple days after that was harsh. It was harsh, but like everything I learned that day, yes, the pyramid beings, it's not just one thing. It's literally my higher self. It's literally my super conscious self. Remember I told y'all that he let me know that he's so far in the future, I perceive it as the past. Where like the future, past, and now are all the same. So he's telling me like, you gotta do what you gotta do so that you become me. Even though you are me, you're going to become me regardless. Like, it's such a weird loop of like cycle, but I understand it. Anyway, I'm gonna cut the video short there because I don't know how much memory I have on my phone, but yeah, that's why I've been kind of away. I was trying to figure all this out, and I have. So it ain't all bad news, y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching. Like, I realize I'm definitely learning like who I am, and it's true. Like, once you see like who you really are, it is kind of scary in a way because the power you hold. I understand why they don't have you meditate in school. I understand why they do everything, from the food to the clothes to the everything. Like, once you realize how powerful you are, it is almost scary, y'all. But like I said, I'm gonna leave it at that for now, and I'll be back with another video shortly. Appreciate y'all, man.